Hold on. I realize what you're doing. I know
No,
exactly what you're doing. Hold
no.
on. No,
I
no, no,
just
no, no, no,
asked
no.
you. I just asked you. No
You
one
almost
affected the
got me.
box last year.
You almost got me. You know I'm on lack of sleep. You almost got me. You
Now, the sideline, forget about it. This baby's over. Oh, my goodness. One man. Goodbye. Hello, Heisman.
And most especially in 310 days in Ann Arbor, Michigan, on the football field.
Another block. One more. He's touchdown. No flag.
Samuel cuts it back. Ohio State wins.
Here's the run again. Donovan Edwards. Whoa. Can they catch him? No. Donovan Edwards again. The down.
Alrighty, welcome everybody back into another episode of the Scarlet and Blue Show. Garrison, we wrapped up week 2, and there's not enough time to go over everything that happened over the course of this last week, but it was a very, very, very eventful week, to say the least.
Yes. Well, Zellman, there's been a lot happening in the college football news cycle here. Let's say over the last 72 hours or so. So I might as well dive into it.
It's crazy. Yeah, the floor is yours, Garrison. How do we feel?
I was right.
All right, continue.
I
don't think you were. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
Floor's yours.
Listen. The game I thought went pretty well. Man, listen. I mean, outside of our defense, I think our defense did their job. I mean, Youngstown State scored on their first drive of the game. Everyone knows usually the first drive of the game is scripted. I wasn't really surprised by that. Would I rather they give up nothing that day? Yeah. But after that, the defense was lights out. I thought our defensive line played really good. They're still struggling to get home, man. You know, and I talked about that during halftime on Twitter. But I think overall they played really good. Bryce, I mentioned to you BIA best in America. That secondary is back. Now it's Youngstown State. We cannot get too high off this, okay?
But you're saying that secondary is bad, like they're good.
I said they're back.
Oh, back.
BIA best in America.
Yeah.
But that's yet to be seen. That's yet to be seen, and we'll get a good challenge coming up here in against Western Kentucky. The offense, Kyle McCord looked good. He looked good. Bryce, on here, bro, I would like for us to start referring to him and Marvin Harrison Jr. as a Philly connection. So whenever we talk about them, sir, we will call them the Philly connection.
We won't.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Your side of the screen will.
Fair enough. They look good. Marv, I guess I missed something this weekend. I lost my phone, but Marv had 7 for 160 yards. But let's talk about Devin Brown real quick. He didn't look good.
No, he didn't.
And I don't take any enjoyment in saying that. I wish he came out there and lit the world on fire.
Okay.
We all know who quarterback 1 is, and Ryan Day hasn't said it yet, but I think it's very, very clear that he's the guy. And, everyone's saying, well, bro, it's his first game. I mean, how can you say that? Well, that's what you guys did to Cal McCord the other week, didn't you? He had 1 game this year, and you guys went and trashed him all over social media. So, we're going to see where this goes now. Overall, Bryce, I think Ohio State looked good. I think if Cal McCord, the quarterback, we go 50-plus on points. I do think that. So.
Yeah, I mean, what do you feel? How do you feel about them only putting up 35?
I think we only had 3 possessions in the second half. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Putting up 35 isn't really bothering me right now. That's not something that I think is worth talking about. Because I think if we played our quarterback the whole game, I think we go 50-plus. Again, if we had Bryce, we came out and won that game 53-35 or 53-30, you would be on here right now saying to me, no, your offense can still score points, but your defense hasn't changed. You guys still stuck on defense. You guys are still soft on defense. All that will be coming out of your mouth right now. We won 35-3. Come on.
Yeah, what was the score? What was the score?
I'm sorry, 35-7.
That's
So
right. See, Kovu calls out the lies. He'll call you out there.
and so no, man, I just don't. The amount of points that we're putting up right now doesn't mean much to me because so far this lesser competition can't score on us. So Western Kentucky is going to give us a bigger threat. They can throw the ball. And then after that, we'll have Notre Dame. And when we play Notre Dame, that's going to be the test. And they have my attention. After what I saw in that second half, after what I saw in that second half, Notre Dame has my attention now.
So I watched the first half of the Buckeyes, and there were better games on television than that at the second half. Mid-second quarter, you guys were up, I think either 14-7 or 21-7. I think it was 14-7. It was 3rd and 25 with Devin Brown at QB. And he scrambled to his left, ran out of bounds. It was probably a 7-yard gain. Wasn't going to get the first down.
Mm-hmm.
Late hit by the Youngstown State linebacker, giving them the first down. They then gave the ball to Travion, and he scored.
How fast does he look? Just asking.
And Travion looks. I think you just give him the ball until McCoy gets his give 32 his flowers. He looks good. Big, quick back.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, Garrison. Here's my analysis of the game.
Go ahead.
I saw a lot of annoyed receivers. I saw a lot of.
You think Marv is annoyed?
I saw them.
Please, no. I can't let you do that.
Can I finish my point? I don't think Marv was annoyed, but I saw crossing patterns that were underthrown. I saw Julian Fleming going deep on the left hash, throwing his arms up in the air like I'm open. A lot of guys aren't getting their meals. Are we concerned?
All right. Well, this is what I'll say to that. Let's start with Julian. Julian, I think you are probably a great young man. You're the last one that needs to be worried about who the hell's getting the damn ball. You're the last one who's to be worried about who's getting the damn ball. You touched the ball all last week, and truth be told, no one wants to. Never mind.
You're turning on your boys. Don't do this.
I'm not
Don't
turning
let me
my
get
boys,
to you.
Bryce. I'm not turning my boys, Bryce. But let's keep it funky here. You have been on campus for how long now? And how many games have you given Ohio State? How many games have you given Ohio State? You were the number one wide receiver coming out of high school. You were a top 3 player coming out of high school. What have you given Ohio State? Now, I can tell you what Ohio State has given you. But so there's that, Bryce, right?
Hot take. You think he transfers?
You said.
At the end of the year?
Bryce. Listen. When Cal McCord was in the game, guys were getting the ball. That's fact.
All right.
When Devin Brown was in the game, he couldn't hit a crossing route.
No, he couldn't.
Come on, man. And like I said, I hope the best of the kid. I think he's going to get better. I don't think it's the best of what we're going to see from him. I think we're not going to see him play that bad anymore. But when Kyle McCord was in that game, that ball was he has some confidence. Like I said, bro, these are not the games that you judge them off of. Kyle's pushing that ball down the field, man. That ball to Marv, that second touchdown to Marv.
Yeah, I saw a lot of blown coverages, but you need games like this to get rolling with the young quarterback. I want to give Day credit though. The one thing I noticed that he kept going for it on 4th down. It wasn't just 4th and 1. He'd go for it 4th and 7. And Devin Brown had a nice conversion in the first half on 4th and 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw him being aggressive. So I'll give the Vanilla Red coach a bit of credit there. You heard it. You heard it here first. I'm going to give Ryan Day.
I still think that's racist, but.
I don't even know what this. So many questions from that, but fair assumption. What are your parting thoughts to Buckeye Nation wanting Devin Brown? As this matter seems to have been put to rest, you have your starting quarterback. Any final thoughts, Garrison?
I'll be right sometimes. Isn't that what I said that episode, Bryce? Listen, man. Listen here. I knew that when Devin Brown, if Devin Brown came out and did not look good, I knew that a lot of the fan base that wanted Devin Brown, their critique of Devin Brown was not going to be as heavy as it was on Kyle McCord. And I always say, man, like I said for like JJ these last 2 weeks, I try to make sure that my quote unquote my praise is as strong as my hate was. No, they didn't have that same energy, Bryce. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like, oh, come on, man. All right. Yeah, for some odd reason, a portion of Ohio State fans are mad that we have a quarterback. We actually know who our quarterback is. I'm not sure why.
It's you got a soft fan base, but that's probably why.
Not as soft as your fan base, but continue.
Oh, I don't think that's true, but we'll press on.
I have reasons. I have reasons on reasons, Bryce.
I think after the last 3 weeks of the year, the last 2 weeks of college football, I think the Buckeye fan base makes a pretty strong argument for being tissue paper soft.
You let a coach stay after going 0-5 against your biggest rival. That's soft. That means you're too.
Oh my gosh!
That means you're too afraid to go test the waters to see if you can do better, and you let a guy run your university.
You know that's not true. We've talked about this ad nauseum. You're just trying to make. You're trying to make.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
You are. You are
lying.
You are. You are. You know that's not the case.
Jim Tressel and Urban Meyer. All right. Two national champ winning coaches at Ohio State. We pushed both of them out the door. You guys came and do that to us. Now, all right.
You didn't push Jim Tressel out the door. You didn't push Urban Meyer out the. Oh my gosh.
We did push Urban out the door.
You did not put if.
Bryce.
I love you so much.
Bryce, every time we have this conversation, you are the one you say we basically pushed them out of there. That's literally what you say.
Why would Ohio State push out Urban Meyer? That makes no sense.
Optics.
No, who cares about optics when you're winning football games, when you're winning championships?
A lot of people do. Well, not at Michigan because you guys don't win championships. But I mean,
we won two Big Ten championships last 2 years in a row, buddy boy.
Oh, so that's your bar. That's your bar.
It's on our way. How about you guys win how about Ryan Day wins a few here?
He has as many Big Ten championships as your coach, and half the time as he's been at Michigan. He's more accomplished than your coach.
He hasn't had.
He's more accomplished than your coach.
No, he's not. He has had to rebuild the program. Stop it.
I don't give a damn about who rebuild. Okay, go ahead, Bryce. Talk to me about Michigan and whoever the heck you guys play. I'm not gonna let you do this to me. I'm very zen today. I've had a great day. I'm very zen right now.
After this, I want you to tweet out a question and ask your Buckeye fans. Do it from your personal account where you got a big Buckeye following. Ask them if the administration, if the athletic department pushed out your coaches. I would love to.
I got you. I'll do it.
Thank you. Tune in. All right. Dominant win for Big Blue this last weekend.
What was the score?
35-7.
So you had 34. So that's Dom. Okay.
See, unlike Ryan Day, we sit our players halfway through the third when the game's out of hand. You guys pad up the stats.
We have a quarterback. We have a quarterback situation, Bryce.
You sure do. You sure do.
We got to let him play.
But you did it last year with CJ, so we could find a seat in New York. So we don't do that. Speaking of JJ, kid looks elite, absolutely elite. Top QBR in the nation, or of the top QBR in the nation. Here's I want to give you a couple stats just to chew on here. And the opponent, I understand it's week 2. The opponent is not Alabama. By the way, did you see that stat that the only 2 teams to beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa were led by Ohio State transfer quarterbacks?
Yes.
Crazy. What y'all could have had. How about that?
We had 12 gauge. He did it in the playoff.
JJ on third down, his first 4 third downs. Just he looked okay. Let me go back. His poise.
Say it again for me. Say it again.
Well, he went 13 for 13 on his first 13 passes, so 100%. But then Scott Bell tweeted out an analysis on third down. So 3rd and 8 on the first drive, hit Tyler Morris 16 yards. 3rd and 7 on the second drive, hit Blake Corum for 11 yards. 3rd and 6 on drive 2, hit Tyler Morris 15 yards. And then 3rd and 7 on drive 2, hit AJ Barner, tight end, for 12 yards. He just sprinkled it around everywhere. And he looked so freaking good. back there. I mean, his pocket presence, you criticized him all off season on lack of passing ability out of the pocket. And that's fair. Like,
It was very fair.
You can bring the stats, that's fine, but give him flowers now because he has seemed to have solved that problem.
Sure. As of right now, based on who they played, yes. It looks as though he has solved that problem. Now, as we get later into the season, we'll figure out if that was fool's gold or not.
Sure. Of course.
But as of right now, like I said, you gotta, even though these games are nothing, basically, you gotta take something from it. I think that's a fair analysis that you gave.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I screenshotted the stats here because it's always hard to pull stats at certain points in games. But I think it was with halfway through the third quarter here, we were outgaining them 448 to 136, 22 first downs to 10. They went 2 for 10 on third downs, had 8 rushing yards at this point when the first team left the field. So dominating performance. I think if the guy stayed in, it would have been 70-0, but they didn't. So pleased with that, man. Couple things just to highlight on the offensive side. The coolest story was JJ throwing the 47-yard touchdown after, I don't know if you saw this, but after CBS aired the segment on his high school buddy who played for UNLV, who was number 47. JJ on his hand, he normally does a smiley face on his non-throwing hand, but he did 47. And it was one of the coolest moments on television to see them do that segment, talk about his relationship with JJ. All the UNLV players had the 47 on the bumper of their helmet.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yep. To see him throw that strike was awesome. So there's
that's
that.
Why we love. That's why we love sports. That's why we love sports.
Now, Garrison, who he hit on that 47-yard pass is interesting. Can you guess which receiver that was? It's a hint.
Was it Roman?
It was Roman. Roman Wilson, baby. 4 catches in this game, 89 yards, 2 tutters.
Bryce, all right, just go on. Bryce, put it on wax. Is he going to be an All-American?
Could be.
No. I want you to put it on wax. Say Roman Wilson.
I said he's going to be a first or second round draft pick.
That's not enough for me.
That's not okay. All right. Well, it's enough for me. I feel like I've staked my claim with hot takes enough there, but if you want to throw on All-American, that's fine. But the kid's got 5 touchdowns through 2 games.
That's good.
Thank you.
That's that's really good.
Yeah. A couple things about UNLV that I really like. You can see the potential in the offense, and you see the potential in the talent. They're a team with a lot of newcomers, a lot of transfers, and you could just see that offense, the possibilities and the potential, which was really, I think, fun to watch. And I think it's kind of one of those teams that if they're on, which I don't know how often UNLV games are going to air on national broadcast, but they had the potential to make big plays. They underthrew some passes, couldn't convert, couldn't off the field.
They left some points out there. They did.
They left some yards out there, potential points. And so I think it's a decent football team. Again, it's not Alabama, so we can't sit here and say we're number 1 team in the country. But the only complaint I have from this game, Garrison Dean, is that we won 35-7. I gave you the stats at that point in the third quarter. But I think
I'm waiting to see if you say it, Bryce.
The lack of productivity from the 3s and 4s is disappointing.
Keep going.
That's all I have to say. Do I need to say more?
Let's talk about your running backs, especially your second one.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about those.
No. Because like Bryce, you see,
floor's yours.
When something happens once, it's a coincidence. When it happens twice, it's a pattern. Bryce, Donnie doesn't look good. Let's just call it what it is. Or like Hazel, my grandma says, call it like a TI is. He doesn't look good. I'm not sure. I think he averaged 2.2 yards per carry this game. I mean, we're like, if you want to sit here, Bryce, and boost up all those Roman stats, which you have been doing. If you want to go ahead and talk glowingly about what JJ is doing right now, JJ looks like the number 1 or 2 best quarterback in the Big Ten. based off the information we have.
Okay.
Based off the information we have. Your running back duo isn't the best in the Big Ten. It's not the second best. Wait. Off the information we have, let's be intellectually honest right here. It ain't the second best. It ain't the third best right now. It ain't the fourth best right now. And I would challenge that even Michigan State's running back room right now, so 2 games into the season, has looked better. If that happens 3 weeks in a row, what will you say then?
I'm not even gonna blink an eye.
I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you a question because here's the thing, Bryce. I can sit here and say to you, I saw last year where JJ got real hot in the beginning of the season when he got to pass the ball. You guys were talking glowingly about him throwing the ball. I even had to hear my best friend Lawson, our friend Lawson, talk about it, just talking about his throwing percentage. And I asked him, who is he playing? And then coming towards the end of the year, for a whole month, JJ threw under 60%. So I'm asking you now, when you see what you see, especially from Donovan, is it the linemen? Because last week we talked about them, Bryce. We said the O-line didn't look all that great. They look a little confused. Or is it the running backs? I don't think Blake's playing bad, but he ain't the same. I'm gonna say that right now. And maybe it might take some time because he's probably trying to get used to that knee, but he does not look the same.
I think you're reading into it too much. I know ECU stacked the box, open up the passing game. I don't know. I haven't gone back to watch to see what UNLV was doing to stack. I don't know if they necessarily were, but what I do know is that there were some missed blocks and then there were some missed cuts from number 7. You've seen that in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, he's left some yards out on the field. And whereas I think Blake's looks strong. But I think Garrison, the offense is changing. Like last year we were 65% running. 65% running.
Mm-hmm.
The goal is to be more balanced this year. So if the goal is to be more balanced, plus defenses are stacking the box to prevent the run game, plus I believe JJ is a really good quarterback. Yeah, you're gonna see that weight shift. So am I worried about it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think there is a cohesiveness that the offensive line needs to continue to work through. It feels like the offensive line is set. It feels like our tackles, a right tackle at least, and left tackle. So Carson Barnhart, Miles Hinton will be the tackles. We have the 2 guards who haven't changed, and then Drake Nugent will be the center. So it feels like the offensive line is set, and now it's just getting some reps with 3 new guys. 2 new guys, but 1 guy.
I don't think
left tackle.
Like I said, if it happens 3 games in a row, I think it's if it happens 3 games in a row, I think it's something to look at. That's all I'm saying. Because, like I said, if you're gonna sit here, because what you've seen the last 2 weeks out of JJ, heck, or even out of Roman, that's not the norm, and you know that's fact. That is not the norm.
That's a ridiculous thing to say. What do you mean that's not the norm? From last year?
You're lying. Wait, no, you're lying. What you've seen the last 2 weeks from JJ is not the norm.
What is
him
that?
starting
Garrison.
13 for 13, Bryce, is not. No. I want you to say it right now.
No. I'm not gonna let you do this. No, you're holding him to the standards of the previous seasons.
No, I'm holding him to.
I've been talking all off season how this is going to be a different offense, how he is going to look different because he's had the full off season as the main starter. He's had all his receivers that he's got to work with and go ones with. He has his offensive coordinator back. Like this is going to be. I've been saying this all along. This is going to be a different offense. And it's showing itself to be. So can the offensive line get push? I think you've seen some plays.
I asked you a simple question. What you have seen the last 2 games out of JJ McCarthy, is that the norm for him?
Yes. How is it not?
You're lying. That's not true. That's not true.
Why is it not?
That's not true.
Why is it not?
You've never seen JJ start this hot for 2 consecutive games. You've never seen that. Never seen that.
Why are you discrediting for him?
I'll give you an example. Bryce. I'll give you an example. even in like I'm talking about how efficient he isn't throwing that ball and just how he's playing right now. Even in the Ohio State game. Now, granted, I can sit here and talk to you about how open receivers are all game. He still threw 50%. He still threw 50%. That's fact. So what I'm saying, even in the game against TCU, in the second half, he looked awesome. Look at the whole stat line as a full game. Did he play awesome? No. And we all know that's true. So when I sit here and say to you that you have never seen him play with this much efficiency for 2 games straight, even like starting 13 for 13, you've never seen that. You have never seen that out of JJ.
Yeah, but why can't that? But that's not what you asked. You didn't ask, have I ever seen
That's not the norm. I asked you, was that the norm?
Yeah, that's
you
the
said
norm.
yes.
How do you know that? What do you mean? How do you know that's the norm? It's a different season. What, if anything, it is the norm because it's been consistent over the past 2 games.
Now I've caught you.
Yeah,
So when it's positive, So when it's positive, like right now, what you're saying about your quarterback is positive. When something is positive about your team, and it only happens for 2 games, like it's really bad competition. Now, yes, that's the norm. But when I sit here and say to you that for 2 straight games, your running game has looked like hell, and you say to me, no, that's not the norm. Now that's not the norm? Which one is it, Bryce?
Well, I didn't say that. I didn't say that was not the norm. What are you talking about?
No, I said, are you worried?
I'm not.
And you said no, and you said no. I'm asking you, and why are you not worried? Because based off last season, Bryce, that is not the norm for you guys. That is why you're saying no. It's not the norm.
You added a nice caveat. Based off last season, that's not
the caveat.
Of course.
The truth, Bryce. Stop it.
Of course. No. This to say that a team cannot progress and change their offense.
When did I say that? When did I say that?
Because you're saying
when did I say that?
You're saying that what he's doing now is not the norm, but to say that he cannot progress over the off season and get better at no, stop. You said he, like, for example, getting better throwing in the pocket. He has improved at that. He has done that. He is doing that. He's done it consistently for 2 games. To fault him for that.
And what did I say after that? I still said we still need to see it against real competition, but I have to take
I agree.
From nothing game.
I agree.
For you to say, but when I ask you, I feel like this is going over your head right now. When I sit here and I say to you, how can you call what JJ doing is the norm? And it sounds like you're only saying it because it's positive. But then when I sit here and say your running game is struggling, and you say, "Oh, I'm not worried about it," Bryce, if you want to call it a caveat, please go ahead. But the reason you are not worried about it is because it's not the norm. In the same way, what JJ has been doing is not the norm. I'm not saying it can't be. I'm saying it just isn't. You get what I'm saying?
Do you understand on defense what stacking the box is?
No, Bryce. I have no idea what it means to put 7 or 8 people in a box.
It probably means you bring 7, 8 defenders up on the line to take away the run game. So that means it probably opens up the pass game.
Right.
So we're probably going to see that.
No one stacked the box last year, Bryce?
Evidently not. But I think to sit here and to say that we need
no.
Hold on. I realize what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
No.
No.
You just asked you.
You almost got me. You almost got me. You know I'm on lack of sleep. You almost got me. There is
4 a.m.
so bad in Columbus right now. It is so bad in Columbus. You're trying to spin this up over.
I just sat here
and we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it.
Gave JJ credit. I just sat here and gave JJ credit, but God forbid I say something negative about your team. You go on an uproar, and then you get into
You're being sensitive. No, don't. If you say
I'm being
intellectually dishonest,
I'm being sensitive. I'm about to pull it out on you. You are pause. You are being.
No, I'm not going to deal with. You guys need to figure out what's going on.
Intellectually dishonest right now. You are.
You guys need to figure out what's going on in your house before you come attacking others. Offense looks great. Defense looks amazing. We got some things to work on. We'll continue to improve. I'm not worried.
I'm hot right now.
Yeah. Well, you're caught in your own web of lies.
No, I got you. And everyone that when people watch this, they're all going to see it because all right.
No, we'll let the jury decide. I think you can refer back to past seasons and say that, you know, a player is not playing the way that a player has traditionally played, but to then go out and declare that like this is the norm and that JJ's forever limited to handing the ball
I
off.
didn't ask that. That's not six. I ain't putting words in my mouth.
But you're saying that's the norm. You're saying the norm is not for JJ to have this QBR, to have this type of efficiency, this type of production. You're saying that is the norm. Yeah,
it's not the norm.
But you're basing that off last year. But
yes, the same way.
2 games in. That is.
We're taking time on this. The same way.
Yeah.
When I ask you, are you worried about the running backs' production? You said no. And the only reason that you are saying no is based off what you have seen in the past. Why? Because the norm of the Michigan running game is to be elite. That is why you're not worried, because it's not the norm for that. But as soon as I say something for JJ is not the norm based off the past, no, Garrison sounds crazy now. Now I sound crazy.
Pulling up stats.
I caught you. It's okay. You are a brilliant man. I've caught you.
So thank you. We rushed for $122 week 1. We rushed for 178 last week. Blake went 15 carries, 80 yards, 3 tuds.
What was his long?
19.
Okay.
And then Edwards had 6 carries for 9 yards. And that's not traditionally his standard. I mean, we saw that. But then you're gonna ask me, is that cause for concern? I'm gonna say no.
If you see it 3 weeks in a row.
No, if we go into Rutgers and we can't rush against Rutgers, we're week 4, and after remember, Garrison, we didn't even have our offensive coordinator week 1. We didn't have our offensive line coach in the game week 1.
I don't.
So,
Bryce, if I said that with the litany of talent and the gap of talent that Ohio State has compared to who we played the last 2 weeks, you would laugh me out. You would laugh me out of here.
Well, Youngstown State, yeah, but Indiana's a Big Ten team.
Okay.
All right, Garrison.
Oh, wow.
We've got 5 minutes left, and I hate to pile on you even more, man.
I can't believe it.
I hate to pile on you even more, and it's been a tough episode for you.
Let's make it quick because there's bigger news than this. That's something I know nothing about.
What happened, man?
I said when's the last time Michigan had a player that had 7 catches for 160 yards? Happened just last week. And then actually, if you go under there, I said, oh, you know what, my guy? You're right. I'll take that L. I have no problem with taking an L. The next day, my phone was literally off. I
lost it. Yeah. Lost it.
Bryce was very hungover. Yes. And then,
Sandra, you didn't hear that.
And then, not Barry. And then, I just didn't care to look for my phone. And then you text me when I find it, or I see my text message and it says, like, I guess I was over Michigan Twitter, which I guess, thank you for the free promo, everybody. But
yeah, it's big accounts laughing at you. So, hey, Bryce, I got your back though.
Wait, Robbie, do me a favor. Ask if I care.
You care a little. Come on.
How can I care about something I know nothing about?
Well, I mean, you lost your phone, which means you threw it under your bed. So.
Okay.
So that was
I don't know. I told you. I don't know what you want me to say about this. It doesn't mean much to me. It really doesn't. I don't know what you want to say to you, bro. What do you want me to say to you?
It was a tough play because I think I wrote it down. I'd be right sometime. And then you said
sometimes. Not all. Did I say all the time?
Good caveat.
Oh, I know all. When it comes to betting, usually I know all.
Oh, by the way, both went 4-1 this last week.
Yes, we did.
Hot week. We're hot gamblers.
That was a hot week. If you didn't listen to the SBS Wise Guys, you lost money.
You did. And I would have gone 5-0. UCF, I had them -3.5. They won by 2. So right there, we're going 5-0. We were hot, baby. We're hot.
They owe you. They owe you money.
They do. Mel Tucker, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else there really is to say other than wow. From a Michigan perspective, Brenda Tracy has been to Ann Arbor. She spoke with the team. Jim mentioned her briefly in the press conference today, although he was very adamant at saying he's got no comment, which is good. Obviously, you shouldn't say anything, but crazy stuff, dude.
I'll say this, man. First of all, I hate that that's happening to him because I actually like Mel. I mean, listen, I think Mel Tucker's a cool guy. I don't think one thing, characterizes the man. What he did was stupid, ignorant. It was, it was, it's sad. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's sad. Now, I do want to point this out, Bryce. What he did, or was being accused of, we don't know if that's true yet. Okay.
It is, he said, she said.
And I want to be very adamant about that, because what people don't understand is that it's not. He admitted to doing what he did on the phone. I'm talking about SH. Okay, so I have my own questions. Me and you can talk about that offline. But no, hey man, thoughts and prayers, and I hope everyone comes from this better than they were before, dude. And we'll get more information later on. So,
yep, Sparty's got Washington this week. That'd be an interesting game. So, all right, good stuff.
Hey, the Michigan Killer's back home.
Oh my gosh, you're so
Mark
annoying.
D'Antonio's home.
So annoying.
Mark D'Antonio.
All right, we'll see you guys next episode.